taking opponent's map picks. So we need the third to separate. Let's jump in. I'm Machine, I'm joined by Chad Sponge Birchill. Starting on the defense's Vitality, OG going to be bringing that attack. We saw some inspired calling out of Alexi B over the course of these other two maps. However, Mirage running away from them. I think the Pistols, both going Vitality's way, played a part in that.
Yeah, and I think if another clutch goes against them here early, that might break them completely. The championship mindset, it sits with Vitality, even with the rookie. OG, they need to step up, and they need to step up now in a big way.
They lost, what, 3 in just big, like, I'm talking big clutches. Zywoo with 1, Masuta with 2 1v3s. They can't take much more of that.
Let's see if they're able to grab a pistol here as well. Nice chunk of utility for Alexi and Valda. There's no P250 in the mix here to try and level the playing fields in these duels, but Shox is quite far forward here. Going to get a bit of contact. Oh, he's just left a massive gap. They're about to start flooding into bathrooms here, and they're quiet about this. Shox is rotating all the way back towards top A. Masuta is repositioning as well. Zywoo can flank fast through connector, but they're going to be straight on the side.
Yeah, there's flashes, there's smokes. Masuta can throw a couple down range and nothing lethal. If he tries to push off that, Nico's ready for him. They have the sight. Zywoo has the flank. He's working on that. Valda to cage it. And a push from Flames. He does get goosed, but he pushes anyway. Oh, they both die. Entire rotate from the CTs falls flat, and it's a perfect OG pistol. Not a single casualty. They take those, a bit of a revenge from the previous. And so now advantage for the Ts coming into round 2, and CT's not going to be able to have too much bang for their buck.
That's one way to kick things off, right? A flawless piss round with everybody hitting some great shots. So really, really good scenes there. And great to see Flames and Nico as well contributing with kills. Those are the two that I want to be keeping my eyes on. I mentioned before that Flames has been a difference maker alongside of Mantu in the campaign. Well, he's almost been a non-factor so far in this series. Over towards the B site, 4 MAC-10s, 1 Galil. Valda in connector. They're just posting up for an early B hit here. Masuta and Kyojin to be tested.
And they're in, straight into Masuta's Deagle. Kyojin unfortunately unable to contribute. And just like that, this force bite disintegrates. I mean, an armored scout, or an unarmored scout, I should say, for both of them.
I actually don't, like, we're always going to see the save in these situations, right? But I think the fact that they're saving both scouts is great because we haven't seen the scouts at all, right? OG are unawares. They don't know that both of these, they maybe think one, you know, maybe one scout in play, but both of these next round could actually be really jarring. And combined with USPs, I don't hate that at all. As long as you let the scouts take contact first. And that's one thing that Vitality can do, right? Let Zywoo go use it over towards A like an AWP, get 1 tag. Someone's on 30. A USP comes in, easy, right? Easy to follow up. So OG don't know it yet, but this next round of play, round number 3, is still going to be quite difficult. Bomb goes off. And there you have it. Now, they know something's been saved. Not quite sure exactly what. And this is the thing. Do you just go back and rinse and repeat the same B execute? Traditionally, you won't see that, right? For in-game leaders to call the same thing time and time again, you have to be pretty stubborn. But you like to make certain plays work. So if conditioning the B bomb site on the eco rounds or anti-eco rounds is part of the game plan, then maybe we will see a similar approach here. That worked out quite well for them, and the MAC-10s are better suited over towards this side of the map. So here we go again. Nobody in connector this time. Maybe it's just barreling straight through Monster.
Yeah, Zywoo did peek Fountain, so he'll at least be able to say nothing's home. And Kyojin does jump peek widely. And won't get much to say about it. 2 MAC-10s, partner up, and charge into Masuta's Deagle. Valda, big find. If he can just get shots out of the sight, most of the risk of this round has been avoided. And to be fair for the scout conversation, there's just nothing you can contribute on these fast Bs.
No, so it would have been good if they went A, but there you go. Nothing at all. So 1 frag. Flames has gone down in both of those consecutive anti-eco rounds, but no real harm. And now they can buy. They can keep these 2 MAC-10s as a bit of a bonus. They can go for something fast again if they like. Yet to see Flames purchase on in here. What's the call going to be out of the boss man, Alexi B? So I was not going to invest into the AWP. Would have been operating with very little with the big green on one side. And yeah, it could be another faster play. They've given that MAC-10 to Flames, who we know is one of the entry fraggers as part of this squad. Sending him over towards B early. Valda down towards connector. And oh, look how aggressive Shox is. He's actually pushed straight up.
Yo. So depending on how quick they hit the site. Oh, straight in. And no trade. Alexi does provide it. He's so blind, as is Kyojin. He'll just walk straight into Valda's cross. Double for Apex. Very messy sight. Bomb going down and uncontested. ZywOo is from short. Will bide his time for Shox' arrival. Trying to take some space. That Molly, wow, he has actually got a potential advantage in a sight line. If they were to boost, they don't.
Shox is in.
So ZywOo loudly as well. Oh, Mantu looks away. He's dead. Dead in the water. Just Nico to come up clutch. Maybe he has a chance. Onto one, but ZywOo's there. And that's exactly what Vitality needed. They had no time for another extended fight. The defuse will come in a full 10 seconds to make it one. Vitality take their first of Overpass.
That's one that I feel that OG should be winning, right? They trade out really well onto the site, but I guess the unknown, the biggest unknown here is that nobody coming from heaven, nobody coming from spawn. And with that right there, you're surely accounting for someone. So just caught off guard by the lurky boy play of Shox coming late monster. ZywOo making lots of sound through that sandbag position, lulling them into thinking it could just be one. Money's there, though. That was a bonus round for OG and another plant. They can punish Vitality now. Just one man surviving. They can cripple this CT-sided economy if they like. Four-man B lean out the gates. Just Shox over towards A here. And remember, still no CT-sided AWP just yet to be that jarring opening force. Masuda immediately spammed on down, straight to 19. Blown off the door as well here, but things are looking very sketchy on the B side. Masuda will have to operate with this low HP now for the minute 20 remaining. Apex starting to get a move on back over towards A. Lack of AWP here means that they're not really going to have eyes on much, and the BX might play into Vitality's hands.
They wouldn't walk through. Kyojin would have such a shooting gallery if they try and just straight grey screen themselves. They are waiting for the fade, but they will go off the fade. They'll flash and pop. Oh, Kyojin. Oh, premium from Kyojin. 3. So cool and calm as he collects a triple kill. Bomb to be retrieved now. Vitality thanking their lucky stars. They can swing in off the flash. Kyojin continues to contribute, whether it's bullets or flashbangs.
$30 seconds for Alexi here. Not a whole lot to be done. Damage would be great, but look how locked in he is. Smoked off. Worried about that flank through the door. Lost bonus into the next round. We're talking 1900, so should be enough to get him a buy. Could also opt for this save. Worst case, he goes down after time, and if he's able to get through the squeaky door, should be able to find himself a safe place to hide. Apex has found that AWP, so a nice little upgrade for ZywOo going forward, but Kyojin, yeah, bang on. The fact that he's just sat there and tapped away with that silence down 4, that's really juicy stuff. Let's catch that one again. Smoke's fading, just tap, tap, tap.
And the first target he actually connects with is the AWP, like his nemesis for that spot. Very hard to quite react to that as a rifler, but when an AWP is posted up double zoom, you're not quite as camouflaged. Great finds. Well, Kyojin's first 3 frags of Overpass, and it's a round winner. And that was, of course, for OG to completely reset Vitality's finances as well. So, hard fought. Here they go to Fountain to test. Shox has got a nade with at least someone's name on it. It's Mantu who catches the brunt of the damage.
Oh, that's forced a heavy rotation that Shox has taken so much contact. They had a 4-man B lane again. Masuda and Apex hightailing it on over here. The cavalry has arrived and they can bolster this A defense, but that's telling that Vitality have prepped for these heavy B finishes, or at least B starts. They're re-aggressing through the bathrooms here. Shox and Masuda paired on up, and Apex just trying to oversee business. The shadow, maybe. Oh. Flames very lucky to get away here.
Slipping through alongside toilets, right under the nose of Shox. And off the flash, quick take and clear. They don't have long info right now. How will they receive it? They're so focused on toilets. Masuda, cursory glance, he hears a step, gobbles the flash, and they're in. Alexi, Flames, Nico, everything collapses for Vitality. Lovely stuff and a lovely round, well shaped. ZywOo and Kyojin just going to run off and scurry away to where the T's started their round.
Best thing about that was every single one of those deaths came with a flash assist, right? So you can see there that just the right amount of utility for OG on their take, making it as easy as possible. And Volda, he's going to try and attempt to lock down this save. We've got ZywOo having a bit of a rave. Kyojin trying to protect him here from any pushes from B. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is just the line drawn in the sand. And well, it is a big gun to carry through the next round for ZywOo. See how much impact he can find with this. If we're just going to take a quick look at the finances here, we're talking 1,900 now for Vitality. ZywOo can drop a rifle. Apex can buy himself. So it's going to be tight. Shox might have to operate here with not a whole lot. Maybe buy himself into just an M4 with armor. This is great. You can see they're just caught between a rock and a hard place. That clamp, it came in perfectly.
Yeah.
That camera encapsulated it perfectly.
You can see from Apex's perspective, as soon as he's got to react along, toilets connects, and it's, you know, that's T-side dream work. Let's see how this one shapes up. It's a bit sketchy as discussed. Chad has painted the picture for Vitality's buy. OG certainly have a chance here to really make that wobble a full collapse.
It's such a gamble every time, Alex. Look at Shox again. He's just picking a position on the map over towards A that he wants to kind of solo hold. He needs to get one at least.
Yeah,
right?
and some info, right? He seems to be the one often going for these information plays.
Well, with this right now, he's almost hoping that they don't check him and go through bathrooms again, because what that will facilitate is as Apex and ZywOo rotate back through the bathrooms position, he'll be able to flank and maybe they capture OG in the tighter corridors. So Shox has to get something done here. Nico cannot best him.
Nico's not spending a lot of time looking at his screen. It's a lot of minimap, it's a lot of conversation. There's a chance he gets caught out. ZywOo's posted up on a very slither line, and he does spot and tag Alexi's committed to this. Missed shot up between the legs of Flames. Shox reveals himself on long. It's Apex to swing in and goes even. Mantu connecting the shot. This flank from Shox is everything. They know he's coming, and Mantu's posted up to try and be responsible for it. Ooh. They don't have the sight yet. Bin position is freaking out Flames. You will start getting it down. Okay, one bank, one bin. Here comes Shox, and ooh, Mantu at least aware of his position.
They have to deal with him.
And they will. With
the clock!
Felt like a deagle.
That looked beautiful. There's still a chance on this retake. There's a smoke. Kyojin has one for the bomb. Masuda has one as well.
Ooh, they're going to run out of vision. Unless Kyojin goes down beforehand. Flames, oh, reacting accordingly. Reacting accordingly. Faffing around with his nade. You can see that. But he's not just... Is he just second-guessing himself when he keeps quick switching with his flash? Or is he doing sound cues, or am I just not smart enough to know what's going on?
Well, for me watching, it looks like he's just hasn't thrown it 2 times in a row, but it also could be trying to make the sound cue to bait a swing, which, if he's doing that in that environment, hey, you got some massive balls, kid. Like that, the front of the sight, flash in the hand.
Ching, ching.
It looked like he just didn't release,
Yeah, it
but
did.
you know,
like twice.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. We'll say that he's trying to be tricky with it.
Yeah, talking about the flashbang, by the way, not that HE that freaked me out. Just Deagles then. Alexi and Mantu greeted with frags, and that's just an absolute dream for a round such as this one. So much time for them to now just do a nice team clear. Everyone finding the bloodshed they desire.
And this is big problems now for Vitality, is the fact that Nico and Flames are both contributing, right? They've had splotchy performances here so far in the semi-final in the last 2 maps, and now really starting to feel them. You got 7 kills on that of Nico, the man on your screen right here, and Flames, well, he's been contributing. Now he's up to 6. He was the lamb to the slaughter in their earlier rounds as well. When they were running onto B in those anti-eco ones, he was the first to die. I think it was almost 3 consecutive rounds. So still finding impact. One man to find, it will just be Masuta creeping on up through this connector position, and wow, almost spotless so far for OG. Tagged on down 17 HP, and Mantu finishes the job. Mantu now coming alive as well. 4 players on OG with 6 kills, and Nico with 7. So everybody performing right here, and that is where it becomes very, very scary for Vitality.
Yeah, I think it's scary for Xtaz as well. The coach calls the timeout. Takes 30 seconds just out of the game completely. OG get to spend that time reflecting and conversing as well. I imagine it's something along the lines of whatever we're doing, keep that up. 6 and 2. They are under Vitality's skin. Oh, it's a nice postage stamp he's put on the wall there as well. You can see that.
They've just got. How big can we make this picture before it looks bad? When the pixels start stretching?
Yeah, I didn't quite put it through enough JPEG filters.
It's not the double AWP bailout, right? We can see Shox didn't have enough money to do so, only had 4.3. He's not even going to fully invest right here, Shox. He leaves $600 in his back pocket, so curious to see how they wield him. ZywOo does have the AWP, and now he will be starting over towards A, so this is a bit of a different look. It won't be that 4-man B lane. All this conditioning play over towards A has worked.
If Alexi walks in, oh, ZywOo connects. He's had a very quiet start. Taking down Alexi gives Vitality the edge they were looking for.
I think OG just want to go B now. They know where the AWP is, and that looks to be the case. You got Volde creeping through Connector, and Nico and Flames now starting to show their intention over towards that monster position. Mantu even coming over as well. So it will just be this passive hold of Masuta and Kyojin to deal with the B presence. The barrel position from Kyojin, always going to see a molly there. And Masuta, the safety net, playing over towards Graffiti. From downtown, the monster smoke, facilitating help from A, but Wonder is creeping in front of it. Looks like they'll respect it here, but that time might allow Apex to rotate back on over and help them on out. Time is the biggest issue for OG here. They need to get a move on.
They got a 3-man toilet set up. Yeah, Apex is starting to think better of that.
ZywOo as well is posturing back in towards that A site, so they might even have the 4th man there quickly. Here we go.
Flash is perfect. Swing is good. Nice connection. It's Apex first and Kyojin second. Big fights, big frags. Mantu baits the shots of Masuta, but he does go down. And Valda's so blind, and he'll surely fall to one of the two. It's Masuta to make it 3. Okay, now we're talking. Vitality, everyone gets a frag. Just Shox who didn't get to contribute into this one, but ZywOo opened it up, and Vitality close it down.
Okay. Well, I don't think Alexi B is going to be rounding that corner without a flash anytime soon. But just handled. Vitality, we could see the entire time they had the upper hand in that round. They played those rotations very, very well. They played for info with their 2 CT defenders fantastically. Both teams have a full buy. Lots of AKs out, 3 for the CTs. And, oh, we got the 4-man boost and the profit right there. Simple as you like. Mantu knocking down Kyojin just a peg or two.
Oh, AWPs starting off rounds. This time it's OG's turn to have an advantage. Very short-lived. Apex has already clawed it straight back, and he might even do some more damage. That nade chunks Valda. He's had to pay a very heavy blood price just to exist on short side. And now the healthy Masuta is flashed in for more. These early aggressions from the French. He may not clear his corner. Flames finds it. Okay, problems. And they're even boosting again. They're going for an early one. There won't be anyone visible unless they go for the deeper boost. Trying to peek that Shox side of the ramp. He might be exposed later. But Mantu completely derailed. That's something. Mantu exposed. Nico now with the double frag.
They have to convert this.
Yeah, I mean, it's only ZywOo, right? Quiet ZywOo, the sleeping giant, and he's heading all the way back to the other side of the map, as is Valda.
They're all coming back. Okay, this is big problems now. They're going to head back. They're going back towards B, but ZywOo can get there, and that heaven smoke's going to start clearing now.
He's got full util.
This is really quite a chance for ZywOo now.
No. Oh
he's
my
going to
God.
spam. He's going to spam.
Is that Nico? I've seen some fruity jumps out of Nico. He's molly-topped him out with Flames for the bodyguard. What's going on with the jump key on Nico? The amount of times we've seen it across this series where he just does an unnecessary spring.
Could be the mouse wheel.
It might be.
The bloody mouse wheel.
Someone get the man a new mouse. I've seen a few too many of them out of him this series.
Maybe too much WD-40 in that one.
Oh, yo, when I saw them committing the rotate towards A. Saved by Flames. Crucial, especially because Nico is getting mollied and hunted out. Now they can breathe, and so can we. If they actually return to the boost, I wonder if they've learned their lesson.
No one through heaven this time. Everybody running around the long way. Miss molly over towards short. Will we see any aggression off the back of that? This boost will have to get dismantled now. The trainers come on through. Punch your tickets.
And this is a good response to when you don't know about the fountain aggression. A flash and a Flames. Utilized to clear it out.
Oh, okay. Well, the fact that they are only starting to take control now means by the time they get bathrooms, what are we looking at? About 40 seconds left on the clock. If they get stalled out at any point here, the scout could be a problem, Alex. This one is looking a bit dicey.
It really is. I mean, just as you discussed stalling out, I think a Scout Deagle is the perfect recipe to stall damage. Found Zywoo's Deagle. Bangs. That's a big find from Alexi. And Flames is taking space on long. A lot of space. He's flirting with his knife out and goes for the ambitious one tap. It does force Shox to tuck in. Zywoo on the flank. And OG, this is getting a bit sketchy now. There's 3 players on the right side of the map.
They're all coming long.
And Shox confirms it. There's a big frag from Flames. Kyojin's Deagle very pointy. Could be Molotov'd out of position, but he stands his ground. He finds another. He's handed Masuta a manageable situation here, and time is of the essence. An awkward smoke. What are you doing?
They have to go A.
You've smoked yourselves off now. Run boost. Ah, I don't hate it. Oh, no, it's all a bit hectic. Masuta's going to get at least the third and the second. Another clutch for Masuta added to the list. OG fumble.
Oh, that one just smelt bad from the start, didn't it? The fact that we could see what type of buy they're up against, and they only started the reconnaissance mission as far as information going when we were just above 1 minute. Look how simple this is. Perfect little pot plant line, and he delivers in a big way right there. These are the type of rounds that are going to crush that mentality of OG. They have to bounce back in a big way, and it's a scrappy buy for them. Mac 10, UMP.
Heart-wrenching, that one. You
no
can
AWP.
See the damage it's done to them. They could feel this lead now starting to fall apart. And he's not flashed. Careful now. Careful now. Ooh, Nico wins out versus Zywoo. AK versus AWP. You said they had to bounce back. That's going to certainly get the juices flowing in the right direction.
Follow the leader right here. Flames just creeping on out with their Mac 10 and 3 players behind him to make it 4.
Oh, great placement of the crosshair. Masuta only good for 1. More to be provided. It's Shox onto Mantu. So they've managed to pull this straight back into an even keel.
Oh, they're not clearing.
They didn't clear him. And now this crossfire's going to bang. Yeah, Apex starts to unload. Shox goes wide. It's Nico for the first. Nico falls. Valda unable to trade in this 1v2. Gets awkward if he can just isolate. Does get 1. Kyojin's there for the second. Okay. Vitality have taken back control of Overpass.
And they've broken OG. Look at this. The cash now. Not in a great spot whatsoever. OG. It's really fallen apart. That round that they lost against the Deagles, that's what we call a swing round, right? This is now the chance for Vitality to have a respectable scoreline. Otherwise, OG would have already had 8, right? They would have already won the half. Vitality are now in the position to do that themselves. We will see most likely the 6th here because on the other side of things, it's just 2 P250s and 3 Glocks. This is almost a certainty for Vitality. The French coming back in a big way. The scrappy buy not going to make too much of a difference here. The fact it is MP9s, who cares? Might even help them out a little bit more with some extra cash if they find the frags. Apex can't go down. He's cocky. He's on his own here, and he's grabbed 3 kills. If Nico throws it away.
Or if Nico gets another kill. Oh. Okay. Kyojin's pushed behind him. He's begging Kyojin to stop.
I love Kyojin's smile, right? I don't know what's being said. I don't know who's saying it, but he always gets that cheeky grin on his face there when he has an impact kill or 2.
I'm sure Dan doesn't hold back in French to hype him up.
That's true. I can imagine. Yeah, very much so.
I know how little Apex holds back in his second language, so I can only imagine how much he does in his first. And that is that cheeky aforementioned smile. Yeah, hyping him up seems to be getting juices flowing in the right direction. Vitality 6, OG 7. A missed Molotov doesn't really cost him too much. Alexi trying to stop and cage this Shox push, and he has managed to get through. Very nice headshot angle for Apex. He still loses out. More impact from Nico. He chose a great time to wake up, didn't he? 13 for Nico. Alexi to clear. Will he clear fully? Doesn't look like it. Masuta's caught out, but Mantu's better.
Could have 2 here.
Good. And he will take the first. He heard Alexi. He hears Shox. Bit of a standoff here.
Oh, he's through the smoke.
I don't think he saw him. Oh, suspects it. Alexi has evaporated. And it seems like OG are actually going to go looking for him. Shox can destabilize them here if they're loud about it.
Well, they have no idea.
Mantu is holding this. Oh, what a find. Mantu, 2 huge contributions. And look at Alexi, knife out upon the death of Shox. He knows. Oh, taking some serious liberties. He's pushed all the way into sight. ZywOo just about gets there in time. He could ruin a lot of things here. They are low. And Nico already falling. Valda's healthy. For how long? Mantu another. He's got the last 2 frags with 13 points of health, and now he looks to plant. Valda in the off angle, a dink, but nothing more. OG make it 8. And this final round will be a big difference maker. You can see the finances for the CTs are hindered for Apex and Masuta. OG should have a pretty good shot at making this another 9-6 half.
Yeah, and I feel like they have to, right? That's what they were probably destined for in this if they weren't to have dropped that round to the half by. Timeout taken, second here for Vitality, and this is because they need to maybe do something a little bit more aggressive or as a unit. Because having Masuta and Apex operating with very little, the best that you... Masuta maybe Deagle head armor, right? He could go Deagle Kev, get a smoker as well. For Apex, he's going to be operating with the bare minimum, right? That is a really rough spot for him to find himself in here for the final round of this first half. And you can see that by on the other side of your screen. OG, the only omission is the Galil on Nico, and he seems to be hitting anything regardless. I say anything, everything, regardless.
I mean, you saw that headshot angle that Apex was in. That was the tightest you can be on the heady. Still losing the duel to Nico. And Mantu as well, credit to be given for his read of the game. So often he's just posted up and he's holding the right line.
I think that shot he got while blind, you know, that's the one he gets away with, but it was the 2 after that which were fantastic, right? He's just like the catcher. He's the catcher in baseball. He's making sure no one's having to run down the back of the oval and pick that one up.
Lovely bit of audio there from ZywOo. Goes shopping for information. Here's Nico drop into the underpass.
They've given Shox the orb. This is curious.
It is. It's very curious. And if they run boost Mantu, that's the bomb. If Shox hits this, that's info and style points. Bam! And Mantu's gone. A second chance. It rings off across long. Shox will have to adapt and tuck in. Flames is dispatched to go hunting. Shox and ZywOo look to really reshape their defense. OG don't want to let this one slip away as well, but it's already starting to. Don't forget, there is just that armored pistol for 2 members of this defense.
This push out here from Masuta and Kyojin is huge. This is going to stop any rotations through connector back towards B in its tracks.
You're right, that's a powerful setup. And I was just staring at his naughty corner. Here they come. Loudly into ZywOo. Bomb delivered to him on a silver platter, and they've only got 25 seconds. OG falling apart at the seams here. Big finds, another for ZywOo, picking them apart one by one. Good attempt. What was that from Flames? Alongside with Valda. Maybe they can do this. 1v1 now out of nowhere. 10 seconds though, and Kyojin can spoil it all. He just has to stop the plant. Valda committing to it, hiding in the smoke, and from behind, Kyojin strikes. Makes good on the promise he made. ZywOo starts, but Kyojin finish. A valiant attempt, it seems, from Flames. He just popped off on the site there. 8-7, all right. We'll be finding out who will be locking in the first spot in the IEM Summer Grand Finals when we return from our break. The final half of play, just a minute.
Do you think you know everything about CSGO? Then stay alert and look out for the DHL drop quiz on the ESL CSGO Twitch channel.
I feel like in terms of prep, I think we are trying to add very basic stuff to our game all the time, not to make it too complicated. And apart from that, I feel like it's a lot about like listening to what Alexi is calling and then like sticking to the game plan we have and the rules we have. I think if we go too much off script, it can be hard for us at times. But yeah, as long as we like stick to the game plan and we have good comms, then I feel like we're on point.
We lose one of Vitality and OG after this half of play. It all comes down to Vitality's attack and how OG's defense responds. Pistols to start us off. 15 rounds, maybe even more after overtime on the first. It's certainly a precedent that's been set. Looking to lock in our first grand finalists of IEM Summer, and damn is it close. See if it can stay that way into our second half.
All right, we're underway here. Apex and Shox for the utility. Apex even wielding a P250 for this one, and the 1x bet ons favoring the French again. Here is Mantu with an aggressive peek. Spotted out, exchange with Apex, gets the better of him. He's going to dip on back. Seeing more of this four-man B lean early. OG this time starting off with Nico's flash.
Very cool that Mantu has not only said multiple fountain, but the fact that his team didn't move. 3 still on B. They are getting ants in their pants now. Look, Valda's pushing in for a lot of info. If he can just hold this short pipe long enough. Oh, and Alexi, the reaction time on him. It's Masuta who catches a long-range Glock. Flames can't run away, but he has to fight his way out. It's a duel with Shox, and he thrives. Alexi on the pillar. Another for
Huge
Flames.
Round.
3 from his defense of that short pipe. He's got the bomb, and he's got the round. Mantu will finish it off, but Flames gets all the credit. He was trapped. He was caught out and manages to bail himself out with just headshots.
Great stuff. And I've been asking for more from those two, Flames and Nico. Flames now up to 15, Nico on 13, so they're delivering. Vitality now, they have to respond with a force by their own. Apex is into that scout. The Deagles are coming out here, and this is where it is really going to start getting messy. The Counter-Strike, I think, about to get turned up a notch. 4 MAC-10s are famous. Util with plenty on the other side of things. No defuse kit invested in here for that of OG. Keep that in mind with these post-plant scenarios. Early nade, skittled on down. Masuda take the brunt of that. 70 HP remaining. And yeah, they're establishing control here, and they will get it over towards long. They can have party. They can even have bathrooms. OG are happy to give this up. And, warning shot from Shox there. The aggression has been called. Will this spur Vitality quicker on towards A? Flash in. Upper bathroom's cleared on out. It's always made it across. No, he has. Yeah, Apex is there too. That's the bomb that is across. Is I were going to risk going back? Yeah, he will. Okay. Apex has seen something he likes or doesn't because they're rotating all the way back towards the B bomb site right here. Volda and Flames both over towards the monster position. They have a bucket load of util still left here, OG. Should be able to slow this one down, no dramas. 55 seconds.
Surely the conversation about them coming back to B has been had.
We saw
and
something
Flames,
there.
that's enough for him. Smoke time, smoke time. Oh, he's a bit late. Shox gets a chance, it's denied. And Valda's there to back him up, holding down Mouse 1 straight into a 10th. Unloading a P250 and then some. Bomb right in front. Just Apex's scout, the last to fall. Valda will make it 4. No issues, despite OG do run 3 players towards A after hearing that scout on long, but well defended. And so now OG can start to extend their lead.
Holy, yeah, that timing almost again. We've had a couple of those moments in this series where it's been just a millisecond left or right.
Both pistols have gone OG's way here on Overpass, right?
Yes, indeed. And the conversion as well. So that right there is what we consider 6 rounds, right?
Yeah.
You convert the pistol, great. You win the force, but it's still a very difficult round. Fantastic. This is the freebie. So used to be back in the day, you'd get 2. Now you just get 1, but still have to fight for it. 4 P250s. 1 little Glock on Kyojin. Still get to carry through with these MP9s, so a lot more cash can be farmed here for OG for future rounds.
Dude, especially if Mantu, the AWP's getting a couple of these $600 investments or injections into his cash. Oh, Alexi completely caught out. He does nothing. Nico falls. They can't lose another one of these. Mantu does spring to life. He's trying to corral them into the site, confirms they're all up on
Oh, they're
A.
pushing? And
they are pushing. They want to contest, and there's multiple targets. Masuta has caught 1. He'll fall. Kyojin with the element of surprise. This is now a 1v1. Vitality on the eco, and he's playing mind games. He's heading heaven for the drop down. We'll try and plant B. Mantu to contest. And Molly for that default spot. Kyojin takes the fight. Okay. Okay. Saved by the bell. Saved by Mantu. That could not have got closer.
The conversation I'm having is, yeah, you know, they're going to get a bunch of extra cash, the MP9s, they're going to have these guns carried through. 1 surviving, and Mantu has to bail them out. That got out of control crazy quick. That is a wild one right there.
That's an important one. Okay. All right, well, back to scheduled programming then. It's Vitality's first buy of the second half.
No AWP here, so let's see how they can work with these AKs. They got so much control just then with the P250s. Maybe they'll try and do the same thing, play behind that bathroom smoke and get in the face quickly, because 1 man currently defends this A side. It is Nico over towards B. Flames is getting flashed on in. 17 for him, and some speculative shots through the smoke keep Shox on his toes. But the creep towards A is coming, and Apex would love to facilitate Zyro with a kill or 2. Cheeky repeat there. Interesting. Well, that info doesn't do a lot. OG, they learn that Shox is home, but as the lurker, you're going to assume that the rest of the team is on the other side of the map. Alexi's about to confirm this.
Oh, he lost Nico as well. So the info is there. Distinct player advantage to Vitality. And Mantu, he's walking in to try and lock down this Apex. Oh, a chance. Just by the wayside.
And they're saving. That's it. They can't go for this. What a weird round. OG giving up 3 separate one-on-one fights across the map. And it looked good for a moment there where Alexi was able to dip on under. They threw the monster smoke to make it look like they were just fortifying that B site. But again, just behind on the timing, a well handled from Vitality here. The shot from Apex onto Nico must have been a big one. And as soon as Mantu misses, that's it. There was nobody close enough to defend. They walk in for free. They keep 5 alive. And the ramifications of that P250 round that Kyojin almost won in the 1v1, they're going to be really felt now. The cash has been siphoned. There's not much money whatsoever for OG to operate with. We're looking at 1,400 as the loss bonus into the next round of play. That puts Flames in contention. Mantu just under enough to really get a full buy going. And Nico, he's going to have to hope that Volda's feeling generous. And that's if he doesn't get found out right here. Oh, Kyojin will just hang out at barrels. All right. There you have it. Pretty easy for Vitality to pick that one up. Here you go on the replay. This is the shot onto Nico. And yeah, just walking into the crosshair. That was how all the kills happened. walking into the T's, taking the fights, losing them, and, well, here we go. It looks like it might even be just a partial investment for OG, Alex, not this old silly business again.
They'll have enough for everything next. I say that, Nico won't.
Yeah.
He's on that double eco number.
It's not even that Nico won't. If Alexi loses everything he has right now, he only gets 1,900. That only puts him at 3,900. We've had this dilemma with OG before.
Nades and frags. It could come back to haunt Vitality. That's 2 players within that Deagle range. A shot to the center of mass would take down both of them. Masuta and Zaiwu vulnerable to a close-up Deag. No current candidates for that. Nico's jump definitely working in full capacity now as he's using it for a safe, air quotes on that, safe information gathering. There it is, Kyojin spotted out. And actually Kyojin had the bomb, so there's a boatload of info. You can see that's an instigated flames, his soft rotation. Down goes M2. Really only on that Valder M4. Flames his P250. Has something. Oh, and tagged on that wild shot as well. He's not going to be happy with that. The element of surprise is squandered. They fake. Ooh, Kyojin could get caught. He's too wise to those tricks though, and they're just going to be battered, bruised, but victorious. Vitality make it 9. Lots of unconfirmed damage. And as we discussed, yes, this will be the attempt to fully invest. However, the conversation to be had, you said Alexi 1900 did lose the M4. He's got 4.2. Nico into an MP9.
Yeah, Alexi's very lucky he got a kill, right?
Yeah,
Otherwise, it would have been
300.
395. So that's given him just enough now. And he's actually gone for the Famous because they want the utility. Nico's only operating with that MP9, as you said. And there's no kit in play. Vitality win this round. We're tied back up 11-11 here.
Oh, Mantu rewarded for just holding a standard fountain line. Drive from Apex. An undeterred Vitality advance. Nico alongside. Toilets early. And only 2 to defend at a very heavy long lean. When does Mantu have a glance? If they go completely silent, this could be a real problem. There's a chance Alexi gets there in time.
Oh, he's not going to expect
Just
this.
in time, but he's dead. Mantu can't react, and just like that, the round falls apart. OG having to have some very different conversations now. Like, what can you do? Maybe best case scenario is all 3 of you are saving something and an AK instead of an MP9 for Nico.
They need to hope that Nico can grab something on the way out the door here, but it looks like he's completely locked into this. Vitality aren't rushing off to try and hunt these guns either. They're actually hanging around. Masuta low HP, just hanging around in the bathroom, making sure that somebody's close to trade off in worst case scenario. Shox is now making some room for them over towards Fountain, so Nico would be very lucky to find anything here. Actually, Zaho and Kyojin are coming. They are on their way. They know that Nico's around here somewhere. Are they going to clear that flash? They have an idea. Nico goes down. Another gun, even though it's only an MP9. The armor, the util, it's all gone. It's just these 2 M4s. And the loss bonus still very, very low for OG. They're unable to facilitate anything going into the next round.
I feel like I've cast a couple of games, Chad, especially playoff games with OG, where they have, do you remember when they were close to the playoffs? Let me say Katowice, where it was that crazy diffuse. Oh, it was a heartbreak. I think it was against like G2 or maybe even Vitality. Dust 2,
trying to take
heartbreaking
my
diffuse. Either way, I've seen OG's dreams shattered in like full, intense playoff matches before. And often, you know, it comes down to pedigree, it comes down to experience. There's no absence of that in some of the names. Valder, Alexi, been there before. Nico certainly had his fair share in a very short space of time with his stint in Heroic.
Did you see the body language of Alexi there? So he's back up at his PC, but at the tail end of that round, he was pushed away from the PC, looked pretty defeated, and they seem to find themselves in these weird, sketchy buy patterns the other day. I think Frankie asked the question on the desk. I don't think they completely grasped it. Hopefully this time around they're able to see what I'm talking about here, because it's just these buys, it's like they're putting themselves in a situation where it hampers them a lot going forward. Now they're just saving. Oh, hold up.
They boosted. I haven't seen that one pay off to that level in some time, and now perhaps OG have been given a gift from the gods. And that god is Valda. AK recovered for Alexi. He's got the glass cannon Kalashnikov. Masuta could swing that door open at any time. Oh, he's going for the denial, and he's found it as well. Alexi lays his life on the line to delay. Oh, he's set OG up for success, as is Valda. Kyojin and Masuta to bail themselves out of trouble against this. 2 saved rifles. The rest are just USPs. This can still fall apart.
They have to fight.
Oh, and they are pushing through the flames. He's completely blinded. Will go down, and they'll take it. OG snatch away and a completely steal around from Vitality.
Oh, that boost, didn't even see it coming. Didn't see it at all. Can't believe they pulled that one off. And you're right, it's something that, you know, was in fashion. What, we're talking 2015, CLG were loving it. That's when JDM was on the team. And look at this, perfect Volder, the spam, 2 big names to take down. Oh, dearie me, how did that one happen?
Their boot camp just got a whole lot louder. It went from like the most awkward silence to the loudest guffaws, I'm sure.
All right, they're back in this now. Let's see if they're feeling themselves. Huge nade. Apex chipped on down, steps on out. Lucky to be alive.
Yeah, he could have lost his fingerprints after that shot. Lives on.
Flame's aggressive again. He lost this fight last time round to that of Shock, so same man, just around the pipe. Spammed on through. Flame steps out. This time he gets the better of him.
Ooh, and they get another as well. That's another quick double frag for OG's defense. Vitality losing both Masuta and Shocks. Hard for OG to let these rounds slip away like this. Flash, some reconnaissance from Mantu. He's not gonna wide clear. Apex is safe and sound. Ooh, he's even got a smoke for long. So dropping that around that 50-second mark. Flames is confirmed. There's nothing monster. So the CTs are here, and one by one, the frags are laid out. Kyojin does contribute. He's still got vision. He's even got Optimus. If he finds Alexi, they can make a round out of this. 2 versus 3 now. Getting competitive. Bomb down. Zywoo partnered up with Kyojin. Young Guns. Tagged, but not fragged. Aware of the flank. It's Flames coming in from one side. Zywoo rocking a hard place. Kyojin still hitting shots. He nearly had Mantu in his sights as well. 3 versus 5, and it gets a whole lot scarier than OG may have anticipated.
They even lost Apex there on the entry, right, coming through long. So that realistically, 2-on-5 situation and turning this one into a very competitive scenario. If Kyojin steps out here, hits that shot onto Mantu, anything's possible. The bomb goes down. Vitality can buy again, but they might want to catch their breath, and I think that's what they're doing. A timeout has been called. They're not out of this one just yet. Scoreline reads 13-10, but it's so close. The money over there, there's no bank for OG. Their loss bonus is now headed all the way back on down to just 1,400. So they lose a round, they're in that same position. Saved guns at best. They get wiped, they have nothing. Vitality can still apply the pressure here, and they have everything they need to do so. Zywoo with the AWP again, the AKs are out, Shocks can buy. This one's on.
You worked very hard for this. You've been talking about this game. Well, now you're living it. You're 2.5 maps deep, and you're 3 rounds away from a grand final. An Intel Extreme Masters grand final, no less. And already early damage and bloodshed casualties for both sides. Kyojin keeps it in favor. No one can voice concerns from Alexi's side of Monster. He gave it a look, nothing to be found.
The gamble stacking. The rotation's coming very, very heavy right now. Mantu's on his way. Same can be said for Nico, has just dipped on down towards spawn. Shox is waiting over towards the sewer position. He'll hear rotations if they are loud about things. And Zywoo, who got legged early on, he's down to 10 HP. So this one is going to stall out as everybody hits a bit of the pause, and Mantu being sent back up towards that A site to defend on his lonesome now. That time that they left means so many gaps. He can't push out, he can't take too many fights. He will have to be careful about every single swing he takes. And the fact he's thrown that smoke towards long gives so much info right now to Vitality. They know it's a passive hold.
Yeah, Shocks.
Oh.
And Alexi. He's caught him. And it's Shox. You know it's Shox. You've killed him. Surely Mantu's calling for help now. He has dropped the incendiary. Smoked off now. Masuta is ahead of the pack. A slight gap. May be able to catch one here. Oh, spots ZywOo returning to the toilets. The bomb to be planted toilet side. Masuta already burrowed into bank, but he cannot convert. Problems now. They're so low. 32 points of health between the two remaining members of Vitality, and they're swapping around weapons. OG, they can prepare to throw quite the uppercut here to Vitality and their finances. Only the one from Kyojin. ZywOo to come up clutch with health this low. Smoke on the bomb as well. Feels like a certainty. Oh, and a missed shot into Alexi's bottom. Oh. They'll lock it down. They'll make it 14. 2 away from sending Vitality out in the semis.
Oh, that almost looked like the double lineup there on ZywOo's flick. The stars are almost aligning. Oh. There's the shot, the pivot from Alexi. Save the diffuser, get the round done. And now the money situation for Vitality. We need to have a bit of a chat here. 3.4 for ZywOo, 3.3 for Shox. Masuta, Apex, Kyojin, they can all buy. And looks like they're taking their last timeout here, the French. They are up against it. Shox getting vocal now. Ideas need to be flowing. They need to crack this nut. They've done some great work with the pacings, catching OG and their setups off guard. But it's only 3 rounds here on the T side that they can boast. It's been close. The last 3 rounds, only 2 players surviving, round after round for OG. They've kept them honest, but they can't break them. And they will be buying. Galil for ZywOo. Same probably for Shox here. Freeze time's ticked on down. We're getting back underway. OG, this one is for 15. Vitality to break the international squad's money and keep this one interesting. They fake that extinguish. This one's looking pretty quick on B. Valdez spotted at least one here.
Yeah, good to drop his incendiary. The entire Vitality squad are gathered towards this side of the map, and it seems like they're going. Valda dinked out of position. They're flooding into the site. It's Alexi, Nico partnering up for frags. A double found by the Dane. Alexi gives them the site. Play the man advantage. They have to get that bomb down. Apex and ZywOo left to defend their honor.
They're pushing through.
Yeah, this could be cool. Very cool. Mantu's responsible for this side of the map. He's not currently considered it as an option.
Oh,
He's
he could be in so much trouble.
It. He is now. Okay, it's been too long. It's a suspicious amount of time. And Mantu has the rotate. Oh, a leg, a cheeky bit of thigh exposed. Now they are charging straight towards the wide open site. Alexi can react. He's gone through the underpass. Bomb down. And Apex in prime position as well. Oh, it's a horrible set of angles, and ZywOo's going to work his Giga Brain. First, trade from Flames. Now ZywOo to clutch, and it's planted for him. So Flames falls, he doesn't. Great reactions from Flames. He puts a 15th on the board for OG, and they are so close. They can smell that grand final.
Oh, the fact they get away with that one right there, Vitality threading the needle. That was fantastic in that 2-on-3 situation. It looks so good. Just not landing those shots, and Flames, the man in question, 24 kills for him. He showed up. They needed him, and he's here.
Not only does he get the trade, but completely absent, just reaction. And it's ZywOo with his Galil that he just could not finish off the job. 28 points of health, Flames converts. Okay, 15-10, folks. A 5-round run required from the French, or they're out in the semis. Starting as they mean to go on. Statement of intent. They've got themselves in the default. Shox Monster. ZywOo takes early Fountain, and even Masuta through the underpass.
Man's got a couple of easy ones from that position. Dipping back now. Doesn't want to give anything up here. This is going to mean so much to this OG team.
Yeah, I imagine this is going to be some very loud team comms if we see it. Okay, boost spotted. That's an indicator that at least Vitality intend to take early control here towards A. Slither gap adopted. He's got no support right now. He knows there's a timer on that left swing, Banana, but Vitality uninterested for now.
Nico's here, Alexi's here now as well. They've bolstered this A defense. They're leaving Volda and Flames towards B. It's the right call. Under a minute, the bomb's coming over towards A.
Oh, great jiggle from Kyojin. He's got awareness, this kid.
They got smokes for an execute here. 3 of which a couple of flashes. These have to be perfect from Vitality. They have a window now. There's only 3 players on the site. 2 are going to be in rotation late.
Great nade. More. Mantu's very exposed if they swing close. Oh, Mantu playing with fire. He's gone down. A good spray from Nico, but not enough. Vitality advantage swarming into the site now. The flank a little late. Valda could get there in time, and he has. Takes down the Woo.
Oh!
It's Alexi's double. Apex one-on-one for survival.
Flames again.
Can he really finish it off? Apex fakes, he's looking the wrong way. Flames takes OG to the grand final. Locked in. Vitality sent home, and that's huge for the OG ranks. Boot camp and hard work seems to be paying off. And they'll have a shot at the trophy. We'll be breaking that one down to the desk. Winners interview on its way. GG.